Howdy, folks, and welcome back to Concilium Watch. I'm Austin, and on this episode of Army Builder Briefings, we are going to be going over Yuching's White Banner Army. Yuching as a faction are very balanced. White Banner is no different in this regard, so unless you try really hard, you will typically get the 5 things you need in a good sectorial army list. To review from my last briefing, those 5 things are a core fire team for link team bonuses, midfield specialists to push buttons and complete objectives, hit pieces, troops with high burst weapons for active turn shooting, defensive pieces, troops mainly used for ARO duty or roadblocks like troops with mine layer, and order monkeys, because the more orders you have, the more you can do. It's important to remember that these lists are just a starting point. We encourage you to build your own and to play with what best works for you and your playstyle. Now, before we get on to the list, I'm going to cover some problems that you're going to have list building with White Banner. Firstly, there are only 2 core fire team options: the Zhanshi, your basic line infantry, and the Shangji, the sectorial's premier heavy infantry. Zhanshi are good and cheap, but very basic order monkeys for the most part, while the Shangji are amazingly powerful but quite expensive. Thankfully, the Shangji are wildcards in this sectorial. I have found 1 to 2 Shangji in a Zhanshi core works fantastic. Moving on to the Harris fire teams, there are again 2 good options. However, they are both expensive, being the Yamao and the Shangji. And there's very little ways in which to cheapen them. For this video, I am not going to be going over any Harris options. And because the Yamao works wonderful as a single hit piece, and Shangji are better suited to be in a core fire team. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so we are in Army 7. We're going to go to Yuching and White Banner. We got all of our stuff here. And let's start out with that core fire team. I like the Zhanshi Harris, but you need a hit piece for the Zhanshi Harris, being the Shangji. The Shangji with tactical awareness, AP heavy machine gun, chain cult, and a 10-bot firewall -6 is perfect for this Zhanshi core. And going on to the Zhanshi, let's grab the lieutenant. I like my lieutenant at the top. Grab a paramedic and let's grab another one there. Now, what you can do, so you got 4 here, and another good option to throw in here, and this is usually my go-to core fire team, is to grab a Tian Gao, because Tian Gao first section can be part of any fire team in this sectorial army, but a maximum of 1 per fire team. I like to grab the killer hacking device Tian Gao, because it does have hollow mask and 360-degree visor. So the killer hacker can help protect the Shangji, because the heavy infantry can be hacked, so it gives him a little bit more defense on top of the firewall -6. And 360 visor, so if he doesn't happen to go down and you end up running into having only a 3-man fire team, the 360 visor can help you still not be surprised because of that 360-degree visor. Alright, and let's grab what I was telling you before. Let's grab that Yamao. Yamao is a good hit piece, and the AP Spitfire for 32 points and 1.5 SWC. He's got MSV1, Mimetism, Terrain Total, and Super Jump. He can get around the board pretty easily and be a good hit piece, and it'll give you something to do first before you engage with that core. But that's enough for that group, so let's move on to group 2. And let's grab the Dao Fei. Dao Fei are excellent midfielders and another good hit piece with their decharges and the Spitfire. Put the Dao Fei down here in group 2. Alright, so I think we're good on hit pieces from here. And we've got order monkeys. So the next thing we need is some midfield specialists. Now, the Guilangs are the backbone of the White Banner army, in my opinion. I love the Guilangs. with their MSV1, their total terrain, and whip 14 on specialist is fantastic. So grab the hacker and an FO. Put those down here, both in group 2. All right, well, now we've got our midfield specialist. Let's grab some defensive pieces, because we will need defensive pieces. Now, White Banner does not have a ton of defensive pieces in this regard that you can use like for an everyday list. Yes, the Yamao do have a missile launcher. Yes, the Jujak also have a missile launcher. And the Shang-Chi have a heavy rocket launcher. That's good. Zanshi also have a missile launcher and a multi-sniper. But if you're just for an everyday list all the time, you're going to go with Long Yaw. Long Yaw are the remotes with 6'4 movement, forward deployment, plus 4 inches, and they're camouflaged, which is really good. Now, everybody obviously is going to know that these are Long Yaw when you bring them because they're size 3 camo markers. However, they have a mine layer option. I like to grab 2 of the mine layer options because now with your Dao Fei and your Guilang, you can put, if you set up correctly there near the midfield, to be having to guess, okay, well, is this actually a mine? Is it a Guilang? Is it a Dao Fei? They just won't know if you set up all within 8 inches of each other. It's going to be really good and play that little bit of a mind game. And me personally, if I'm going to bring a Long Yaw, I like to bring a Pangolin, because the Pangolin have baggage, and with that baggage, so because the Long Yaw have Panzerfaust plus 1 burst and the Flammensphere plus 1 burst, if you happen to be shooting those on the active turn, then the Panzerfaust are going to be gone, or the Flammensphere are going to be gone. And it's nice to have a baggage bot that you can put pretty close to where they deployed, so you can spin that order and they can become unloaded no more and grab more Panzerfaust and Flammenspheres, so you can keep them on ARO duty. Long Yaw are really good roadblocks that way, and Pangolin helps them out a lot. Alright, so we got 8 points left. Don't want to bring another Pangolin. I need another ARO piece, and a good cheap ARO piece here is the Chai Messenger remote, or your Flashbot. What's really cool about White Banner is you can bring 2 of these, where in other sectorials in Yuching you can only bring 1, because everything in White Banner is typically more expensive. So it's nice to be able to bring 2 of these, but in this case we're just going to bring 1. So we got 6 SWC, 299 points. This is a good general list and a good place to start from, because you got 7 orders, well, 6 and 1 tactical awareness order in group 1, and a full 7 orders in group 2. Lets you do a lot of things, especially since you got the paramedic and the killer hacker in group 1, along with the FO, a regular, and another hacker in group 2. So you got 4 specialists, plenty of hit pieces, good roadblocks. You got some mind games with the AP mines from the Long Yaw. I think it's really, really nice. This is a good first general list for a White Banner. Moving right along, let's go to our next list. Now, the next list, let's do a tag list. I like tag list, and why don't we show off the premier tag of White Banner, and that is the Blue Wolf. Now, before we get to the Blue Wolf, let's build that core Fireteam, and I think you can go a bit more expensive here, and you can do a Shang-Chi core. You know what? In fact, yes, let's do that. Let's do a limited insertion list, so 10 models. Let's get these tactical awareness. Let's get the AP heavy machine gun, because always, never leave home without one. And let's grab another tactical awareness with that heavy rocket launcher. That's a good ARO piece. It gives you another tactical awareness order. And 3 shots from a heavy rocket launcher on a BS-13 with all the link team bonuses is going to be really, really good. And let's add the Jujak in here, because the Jujak can be part of any fire team of Shang-Chi. It's a good way to cheapen them. Their Jujak are still relatively expensive. However, it's a good cheapener for the Shang-Chi core. So grab the lieutenant, grab my lieutenant, put him at the top. And I want to bring the engineer. I like having the engineer in here because he can fix a lot of things for like EM mines. If you happen to get isolated, pretty much fix anything that you run into except for wounds, and if you're stunned. Stunned is like the only thing that they can't fix. They can't fix because Flash Pulse has gotten really good in N4. All right, so there's 4. We need 1 more. I like a Tian Gao to cheapen it just a little bit. So let's grab that Killer Hacker, and he can Hollow Mask as another Jujak. And that'll help protect the rest of your HI because Jujak are hackable, and so are Shang-Chi. So now this core with the 2 Shang-Chi, the Jujak Engineer, and the Lieutenant, and a Tian Gao Killer Hacker can pretty much are self-reliant. They can do everything except for heal wounds. But it's everything except for the Tian Gao is 2 wounds, but everybody is going to think that you have 2 wounds anyway because you're going to disguise your Tian Gao as another Jujak. It's going to be really good. That's a really good core. And that engineer will also help out your Blue Wolf. I love the Blue Wolf. Blue Wolves are excellent in every way, form, and fashion, and their models look incredible. There's the Blue Wolf, and we need a midfielder. I don't think we're going to have room and points for 2, so let's grab 1 and always go for the Guilang. And I want to go for the Guilang Hacker because you'll need extra hackers to help out your Blue Wolf. You'll need extra hackers to kind of help out things. We need a defensive piece here, so let's go with a Long Ya Mine Layer. Help out a little bit there. And if you're going to bring a Long Ya, I highly suggest being a Pangolin. And we got some points left over, so Chai. So that way you've got a little repeater network because the Pangolin is also a repeater. So you got a small repeater network. The Pangolin's not going to move so much, but that Chai can actually move with its 6/6 movement. This is a good, so you got 10 orders and 3 tactical awareness. So even if you're going second and your opponent takes 2 orders, if you're going first and your opponent takes 2 orders away from you, you still have 11 orders to play with. It's really good. I think this is a good starter tag list because the engineer can help out all your heavy infantry, can also help out the Blue Wolf for later if the Blue Wolf was to go down. I think it is a really good starter point list. All right, moving on. Let's trash this one, and let's do more of a midfield game. White Banner has a lot of good midfielders, got a lot of good camo. A really good spot to go. And we want to be able to take things out in midfield. So say you're going against Ariadna or Shasvasti, high camo armies. And let's go, this is going to kind of be a rendition of our first list. So let's go with that first one that we had, that first core that we had, the Shang-Chi AP Heavy Machine Gun. Come down here, go Zhanshi Lieutenant, Zhanshi Paramedic, and another regular combi, and grab the Tian Gao Killer Hacker. Lieutenant at the top, Paramedic at the bottom. There's the fire team. And let's show off some of these camo units. Let's get our Guilangs. Let's start with the FO in this group. And let's show off another good camo piece. It's not so much, it can't go into the midfield, but a Hoondoon is really good here. And I really like that the Hoondoon heavy rocket launcher with X visor is the cheapest one, and I think the one that you're going to see most often. So it's nice that it is also the cheapest one. So let's grab that Hoondoon, and that's enough for group 1. So let's move on. Let's grab another group for group 2. If I'm bringing a Hoondoon, I like to bring 3 Guilangs. And the reason I like to bring, and what Guilangs I like to bring, I already got the FO, so grab the Hacker and grab the Mine Layer. So what that Mine Layer is going to do, you're going to have these guys in the midfield. People might think that, oh, I'm bringing 4 Guilang, and they might not be expecting a Hoondoon to shoot off their heavy rocket launcher. And you can further that by grabbing your Longyaw Mine Layers. Grab 2. So now you're going to end up having 1 FO, 1 Hacker, Guilang Mine Layer, so that's 2. So that's 4 midfielders. You got the 2 big ones, the size 3 camo markers with their Mine Layer. So you've got the size 2 camo markers will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 camo markers in the midfield, so that's kind of hiding, like, oh, I may not have a Hoondoon, because you see this many camo markers on the board. Makes them think a little bit. And remember, if you're bringing Longyaw, I like to bring a Pangolin. And we got some points still. So let's go with a Chai. All right, so now we've got things all in the midfield. What about taking out everybody else's midfield? What can we do for that? What I like to bring for taking out other midfielders is Li Gong. Because Li Gong, with his Shark Marksman Rifle, a Nanopulsar, a Blitzen, Breaker Pistol, and Close Combat Weapon, he's 34 points. He's got MSV1, but he also has Albedo. So if you happen to be running across, like, say, Varuna fighting off the Camos has MSV2. What Albedo does is make it so that he's pretty much in a white noise hack, in the white noise hacking device. That's pretty much what Albedo does, is no MSV can see him, so they can't shoot him. That doesn't protect you from normal snipers or normal ARO pieces, only if they have MSV. But with his MSV1, if you happen to be going against, let's say Merovingia with their sniper rifle, who also is their sniper is the Briscards. Briscards all come with MSV1. So Li Gong won't get hit by any of the Briscards because they can't see him because of the Albedo. Albedo only works for the first turn that you use it. Afterward, there is no more Albedo. So you'll need to do that first turn, your first turn, whether you're going first or second. You'll need to use him to his full capability then. But this is a good midfield presence and being able to take out midfielders with Li Gong. And lastly, we got to go over one more character here, and I can't think of a better character to go over to make a list more around than Jing Kuo. So let's trash this list, and let's think about how we want to go about Jing Kuo. Let's do we're going to do a rendition of our normal list, of our normal core. So grab your AP heavy machine gun, go over here to the Zenshi, grab the lieutenant, grab the paramedic, and this time grab the multi-sniper, grab your T and Gal, killer hacker, So put them at the bottom, put the lieutenant at the top. So you got your multi-sniper, so you can have AROD. You can play a little bit more defensively with that Zhanshi core and then being able to do things later with the Shang-Chi. If you want to be able to do that, let's bring one more. It's always a good thought to bring a spare. So that way, just expect the multi-sniper to go down. If it doesn't, that's great. If it does, you still have a fifth Zhanshi, or a fourth Zhanshi, a fifth person overall to fill out your 5-man link team so the Shang-Chi can do work on your active turn. And let's grab the Guilang because you do need midfielders. Grab that FO. All right, that's group 1. Group 2, let's get Jin Kuo. Jin Kuo is fantastic at what she does. Just absolutely magnificent. She's dodging on 16s because she has dodge +3. She dodges an extra inch. She's got mimetism. She's got climbing plus. She's got no wound incapacitation. She's a specialist operative. Martial arts level 3 on a CC23 model. Her actual model looks excellent. She's got an AP, DA, close combat weapon, breaker pistols, multi-rifle chain colt. Jin Kuo is amazing. She is expensive, but she is amazing. She can duo, because you can make up to one Shaolin can be a part Fireteam duo with Jin Kuo. So let's grab that Shaolin monk. So the 2 Shaolin monks that you're going to see are the chain rifle smoke grenades with a shot close combat weapon for 5 points, or the Shaolin chain rifle smoke grenades and a double action close combat weapon for 6 points. I always like to go for the lower one, and then if I have extra points, then you can increase from there. So grab that Shaolin. Now, the Shaolin is irregular and impetuous, which the impetuous doesn't matter as long as you're in that fire team. However, if you use that irregular order while you're in the duo, the Fireteam duo with Jin Kuo, he will break out of the link team. So as long as you don't use that until you just need to get smoke from somewhere, you can just spin regular orders on the duo so Jin Kuo can have smoke as she moves. All right, moving on. Let's get another Guilang hacker. Go there. And let's grab our Long Yaws. Let's grab our 2 mine layers. Throw them down here in group 2. You're going to bring Long Yaws. What do you need to bring? Pangolin. The Pangolin. And let's grab the Chai, because we want flash pulses. Okay, so we've got some points left over. So what do we want to do with that? Let's grab the Rushi, because we need another attack piece to go along with group 1. So let's grab that. So grab that Rushi and put him down here in group 2. Okay, so we've got some points left over. We got 6 points to go, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we've got 15, which is the max amount of models that you can have. And we've got 6 points that we need to upgrade with. So if you're going to bring the Rushi, I think it's smart to drop the regular Pangolin and grab the Evo hacker. So now we're 1 point over. So what do we do to go from there? And let's drop one of these mine layers, because that's 1 point that you could go. And just don't grab the mine layer one. So you have less of a midfield, oh, what is it? Which they're most likely going to guess correctly anyway, your opponent is. But now we've got 5.5 SWC, 300 points. We've got full 15 orders for 15 models here. This is a good list to run for Jin Kuo. Think think this is excellent. I think White Banner is excellent overall, and you should really enjoy it. Enjoy it, play around with it. Again, these are just a starting point. If you like the video, make sure you give that thumbs up. Make sure you hit that bell icon. I hope this was informative. We'll see you guys next time.